Hello everyone and welcome to another review. I'm sorry for the mess in the back, but I'm actually in the process of moving, so please forgive that. With that, let's go ahead and get right into the review. Now the fragrance I'm going to go ahead and review today is called Valentino Uomo from the House of Valentino. The 1.7 is available for $75 and the 3.4 is going to run you $95. Now this fragrance was released this year in 2014, and I've seen a lot of reviews actually from a lot of people in the fragrance community, and I'm actually the late boat or the late comer to the party on this one. It's escaped my my radar, and when I've actually gone back over it, I realized, holy crap, a ton of people have actually reviewed it. I've looked around and I've seen a lot of posts on it. I don't know why, for some reason this just flew under my radar. I was actually speaking with another one of my favorite subscribers. His name is Rob, and he actually sent me this along with another fragrance, and I got a chance to check it out, and I was like, whoa, this is actually pretty good. And I bought another sample actually and started doing more of my testing, and pretty much completed my testing and review of the fragrance and figured, you know what, I like this fragrance enough that not only did it make one of my top winter lists, but I'm actually in the process or purchasing it this week. As soon as I actually get a chance to go over to Nordstrom, I've been very busy, I will actually go ahead and purchase it, but as of right now I actually don't have it. So expect to see me have the actual bottle pretty soon or shortly, but either way, sort of ruining it for you on that. I apologize. Anyway, fragrance was released in 2014. Let's get right into the notes for this fragrance. The notes of this fragrance consist of, at our top we have bergamot and myrtle. At our mid, we have coffee, chocolate, and hazelnut. And for our base, we have leather and cedar. So when you spray this fragrance right at the top, you get this nice little citrus type of a smell to it. Now the citrus isn't predominant, and don't think that this is a citrus smelling scent. This scent is a darker, warm, cozy scent through and through. The closest comparison that I would have is something very along the lines or similar to the Dior Homme Intense. Those two fragrances, this kind of has some elements of both of them. And one of the main things that this really takes from them is the next thing that I'm going to go ahead and mention, which is the chocolate. This has a really nice chocolatey vibe to it, but the chocolatey vibe isn't a playful a kiddie type of a chocolatey vibe. It's more of a mature type of a vibe, and that's because it has this, I want to say, powdery type of a scent to it that's going on. And it also has a little bit of this coffee-ish type of a vibe. So if I'm going to go ahead and describe it right off the bat, I would say the notes that spring to mind are coffee, chocolate, a woody type of a smell, possibly cedar, patchouli-ish, and leather. Leather is the other one that comes under. So think of, I guess you could say this, chocolatey, almost nutty from the hazelnut, at least. Chocolatey, a little bit nutty, spread over this, I want to say, warm, leathery type of a scent too. So it really has a really warm and enveloping type of a scent that comes into it. I mentioned the powder earlier, and because of that, this fragrance does a little bit of an awkward thing to me. And that is, it smells so delicious, it smells so warm that it can actually double as a female fragrance as well too, that I would highly recommend other women. And another female reviewer actually reviewed it as well too, from our community. And it's one that it strikes me as definitely a unisex fragrance, and I might even say it's probably more geared a little bit towards, I would say it's worn better on women. But men can definitely wear this fragrance, and that's, hey, I'm buying it. I'm telling you, we could pull this off, but I'll get to it a little bit more why I think this is the case. Now, again, I mentioned it was sweet, sensual, reminds me of Dior Homme a bit. It's powdery, it's got this nice little woody vibe to it. And the other thing that I guess I want to mention is this fragrance is real strength. Pulling this fragrance off is pulling this fragrance off with a suit. This fragrance is such a great fragrance to wear with a suit that it gets compliments. Like even within my, I guess you could say, my 7 wearings of this one, and the 2 times where I was wearing suits, I got a compliment with it. Now they go hand in hand. I would say that the other 5 times that I was wearing this fragrance, didn't have a suit on, I actually, I didn't get compliments. Some people said I smelled good, but there were 2 people who actually thought that I smelled a little bit more feminine. They said that I smelled feminine, and that's what they put to it. And that's one thing that I kind of felt too, that if I wore this casually, then it kind of felt like I was wearing a more of a perfumey type of a scent rather than, I guess you could say, a fragrance more suited to men. Now, I'm of the firm believer that there really are no genders when it comes to fragrance, so take that with a grain of salt, and if you're not one who's going to be offended by something like that, feel free. But that is a warning for some of you who really are dead set on smelling like men and don't want any confusion. All right, so just take that with a grain of salt. Now, I generally go about 2 to 3 sprays with this fragrance. This is a fragrance that will last, at least on my skin, well over 10 plus hours. This is a fragrance lasts 10 plus hours and extended well over a day, basically, of wearing it. And if you go to sleep, wake up in the morning before you take a shower, you might still smell remnants on you. So this is one that really sticks to your skin and really stays with you throughout the entire fragrance. I would say it's a good fall and winter fragrance. I think it's good for people who are not still in school, basically. So if you're college bound and out, I would say give this one a try. If not, might want to steer towards something else. But this is very similar to Dior Homme. So if you like Dior Homme, and if you can pull off Dior Homme, as well as Dior Homme Intense for that matter, go ahead and take a look at Valentino Uomo. It would definitely possibly suit what you're looking for. Sorry, definitely possibly. I realize I just did that. Either way. Now, outside of that, I would say that this isn't a fragrance that I would say you could really pull off willy-nilly. So, for where I felt comfortable wearing this fragrance was to more upscale events, and I also felt comfortable wearing it night out, basically. I felt that it was a little bit too strong for work, that it was a little bit too perfumey. When I wore it to work, I went into a conference room and left, I filled the conference room up with smell. And this was actually my other comment that I smelled feminine, or that not that I smelled feminine. Somebody came into the room and asked basically, oh, was there some woman must have just been in here, basically. And that was the comment. So that's just one thing to keep in mind. That said, I have gotten a manly comment with it when I was wearing my suit. I'm telling you, it's got to affect it somehow. That's just what I'm finding. All right. Now, as far as compliments go, like I mentioned, I got a couple compliments with this one, especially while wearing the suit. Take that with a grain of salt. Sorry, brain fart here. But either way, I was going to bring up, I kind of started going through and getting a lot of people's opinions and going through the whole Times Square thing, and I ran out of time. I had to kind of leave. But the overall opinion of this was highly positive, right? It was highly positive. People thought that it smelled great. I didn't actually compile the answers in the list, so I apologize for that, all right? So if I'm going to go ahead and give this fragrance a rating, I personally give it a 9 out of 10. I think this is an excellently constructed fragrance. I think that it's blended extremely well. It's a fragrance that it has this air of a regality to it. It's definitely more of a scent that I think you can wear, especially going on higher upscale type events. It really fits those needs and it really suits those needs to it. I wouldn't wear it as a casual fragrance. That's just my opinion though. Feel free to try it out for yourself and see how it actually does on though. But 9 out of 10, it really is, I would say that it would be better than Dior Homme. I think that it's up along the lines of Dior Homme Intense as far as how much I actually like this fragrance. And I think given a little bit more time, this could easily become one of my favorite scents that I've actually smelled, period. I absolutely love the scent. I just want to see it see how, I guess you could say, it melds a little bit more with my style and my personality. So give this one a try, get some samples, see what it's actually like. All right? Thank you, take care of yourselves, and have a great day.